What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Pass the Torch. This is episode 21 of Season 2, and I'm your host, Danny Healy, head of content here at TorchPro, as I am bringing you conversations with stars across sports talking about their journeys to success and all their greatest lessons learned along the way. Today, I had two great separate interviews live in person in Dallas with two Dallas stars as I sat down with Captain Jamie Benn before we hit the practice ice, and then Roope Hintz from Finland jumped on right after. So, we talked with Jamie about his journey from Canada to the NHL and how he earned that captain letter C on his jersey at such an early age and how his leadership has developed over the years. Then Roope sat down. He's a very different, unique journey, separate from Jamie, but he came from Finland. He's only 26. He's on the Dallas Stars first line, and he has a point machine. So there's a lot of great lessons that you can learn from both of these guys. Stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that alert button so you never miss another episode of Pass the Torch. Enjoy. And I will see you next time. Let's go. Interview prep, baby. Let's go.
Pass the torch, man. Keeps getting better.
Unreal. Well, Jamie Benn, thank you for joining the podcast. We're down here in Dallas at your practice arena, but how you doing?
Doing good.
So yeah, we're going to start in the beginning of your career. So you grew up in British Columbia in Canada, but when did you first fall in love with the game of hockey?
Pretty early on in life. Obviously, I having an older brother. I think I saw him play hockey at a young age, 3 or 4, and my mom probably wanted to get rid of me too, so she chucked me out on the ice, and kind of fell in love with it right away.
So you were one of those Canadian guys that could skate before he walked?
Pretty much, yeah. I think
much.
It's all of us up in Canada that can do that.
Did you play any other sports, or was it just hockey?
Baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah, baseball in the summers and hockey in the winter.
Nice. And so growing up, was it always your goal to play in the NHL and be a pro hockey player?
I mean, you always dream of playing in the NHL. Yeah. You don't realize at that age, young age, that it could probably come true. It doesn't happen to too many players. So, just one of the fortunate, people to make the league.
Who were you looking up to growing up as some of your role models?
I mean, my guy was Joe Sakic. He was from Vancouver, and he was kind of our hometown guy. So I watched a lot of him growing up.
Yep. Okay, and so you make your debut for the Stars, I think, in 2010, right? Did you have a welcome to the NHL moment at all?
I mean, not a crazy big one. I think just playing against some of the players in the league. You're going up against the Red Wings, and they got Lidstrom and Datsuk and Zetterberg. That was an eye-opener. Pretty cool to play against those guys, and they've been through a lot, and we're a great team for a while. So.
And you had a bunch of success early on in your career, and so I think it was 2014. You led the NHL in points, and so. What do you attribute to your early success? Was it maybe some of the leaders on your team, or what was the key ingredient for you early on?
I think probably the biggest thing is, when you come in this league, as a young player, you gotta be a sponge and, take in all the info and all the tips that the older guys are giving you. And, there's so many great minds out there that you have to take it all in and use what you can, because it goes by fast. And I had a lot of great leaders when I first came here that I got to learn from: Modano, Lettinen, Morrow. Right. So I stepped into a great situation.
Yeah, and then speaking of leadership roles, I mean, in 2013, you got to wear the C for the Stars, and so you were named captain of this team. And for you early on, you're still so young in your career. Did you feel a lot of pressure early on in your career to perform as a captain?
Not really. I knew I wanted to be the captain of this team, and I felt like I was ready. To lead. I wasn't the most vocal guy, but I tried to go out there and lead by example. And I was fortunate enough to be surrounded with some great older guys on my teams that helped me out along the way and kind of taught me, how to be a good captain. So I was pretty lucky in that way.
You mentioned Madonna came before you, right? And so, like, what did he teach you as a leader and, like, pass down to you?
You got to bring it every night. It's hard to be consistent in this league, and I think all the best players are consistent every night and bring it every night, and keep their teammates accountable, and we're all here for the same reason, is to win a Stanley Cup, and if you don't have 20 guys pulling on that rope, you're not going to get very far.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we talked to Joe Pavs earlier on a different podcast episode, and he talked about like the development of his leadership. So obviously he was captain of the Sharks for a while, and he had some leaders there as well. But I guess for you, what has it been like to play with Joe Pavs over these last few years?
It's been great. It's a treat to come to the rink every day and get to hang out with him, get to play alongside him. We sit beside each other in the locker room, so I get to hear a lot of good stories of hunting, fishing, golfing, whatever he's got. But he's been a great addition to our team. Obviously a great leader, and someone I can still learn from.
Yeah, have you been on any of those hunting trips with him?
No hunting trips, no.
No.
Played a couple rounds of golf with him. I'm sure you guys know he's a stick. Yeah.
We were at the Lake Tahoe celebrity tournament over the 4th of July, and he lost in the playoff to Romo, but it was pretty incredible to watch.
Yeah, he's nice out there.
Yeah, he is. So you guys obviously this season have an incredible team, but rewinding a little bit, a few years back, you make it to the Stanley Cup final, come up a little short, but I guess what did that experience do for you, and like how has that motivated you for these next few seasons?
When you get that taste of playoffs, I think the first time I made the playoffs was my 3rd or 4th year in the league. It just drives you to want more, and then you win a round, you win 2 rounds and 3 rounds, and you're in the finals. It's pretty exciting, and you make memories that last a lifetime. Unfortunately, we came up short, but I think that's what drives you to get back into that situation and that opportunity to try and win that cup.
Yeah, and like being around these guys the last few days, some of the players on the Stars, like you can see the great culture. And so I guess what are you so excited about for this team and coming up on the 2023 second half of the season? Like what's so special about this squad?
We got a lot of potential. We've been through some good and bad this year already. We've showed a lot of character and coming back in games. We're finding our scoring touch. We're confident in our 2 goalies that we have. We got great D. So, I think, it's in the players' hands here. If we want to, do something special, we totally can.
Yeah, 100%. And so, good luck the rest of the season, but I want to turn a little bit to the international play. So, Team Canada, obviously, you were on that team back in 2014 in Sochi that won the gold. And so I think you beat Russia in the title game, but just walk me through that whole experience. Like, what was the Olympics like, and, like, how special was winning gold?
It was pretty cool. I remember 2010, our Olympic break, I went home, and it was in Vancouver, and, got to watch some of that, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to play, in the Olympics, obviously, and represent your country. And then 4 years later, it's happening. But it was interesting. It was a great experience. Sochi was something else, to say the least. But overall, cool to be a part of, Team Canada and play with the best in the world.
Yeah, and I think you had a great tournament. You played well, and I think you had the only goal in that 1-0 win over Team USA in the semis, right?
Yeah, that's something I don't talk about around here. Sitting beside Joey Pabs.
Pabs will get mad at that one. 100%.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, and so I guess like looking back on your own hockey career with the Olympics and your career with the Stars, you're still only 33, right?
Yeah.
So still a lot of hockey to play. But at this point in your career, what are you most proud about?
I think maybe the leader I've become. It's special to captain a hockey team. Not too many guys get to do it. It's cool to play in the NHL. but to represent a city and a team, it's pretty cool. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that.
Also, and to be a part of the organization for so many years and stick with one franchise, that's not something that too many guys in the league get to do.
Yeah, it's hard to do nowadays. But been fortunate that Dallas has been home for my whole career.
Yeah. So wrapping up the hockey conversation a little bit, you talked a little bit about playing some golf, but like, who's Jamie Benn beyond the ice? Are you a golf fanatic as well?
I got my moments.
Yeah.
I do play a lot of golf in the summers. I actually started playing tennis last summer. Kind of put the sticks away for a little bit.
Yep.
But pretty chill, relaxed guy.
Yep. You're gonna get into pickleball at all? You see that sport kind of exploding across the U.S. right now.
Man, we played pickleball in Arizona as a team. It was the first time I played. It was actually pretty fun.
It's a fun sport.
Yeah.
You'll have to dabble into that. Well, awesome. So some rapid fire. You can go one word, one phrase, take as long as you want. But who was your favorite athlete growing up as a kid?
Ken Griffey Jr.
Nice. Favorite athlete to watch in current day sports?
Probably Steph Curry.
Yeah, he's a beast. What's your pregame meal?
Simple Caesar salad, chicken, and pasta with vodka sauce.
I like it. Favorite music artist right now?
Drake.
Yep.
Anything country.
Yep. That's a good mix. What's your biggest fear?
Heights. I don't fuck with heights.
That shit can be scary. Absolutely. So last rapid fire. What is one word that best describes you?
Quiet.
I like it. So one final question to kind of wrap up your whole hockey journey. Talked a lot about different lessons that you've learned along the way, but I guess you have that one lesson that you could pass along to the next generation to help them accomplish their dreams. What would that one lesson be?
I think, never give up. Just practice. All the best players in the world and in any sport fine-tune their game and take practice seriously. And you can always get better at something no matter, what it is. So.
Absolutely, man. Well, awesome. Love to hear it. Good luck the rest of the season. Rooting for the Stars this year, and good luck.
Appreciate you. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Jamie.
Pass the torch, man. Keeps getting better.
Awesome. Well, Roope Hintz, thanks for joining, man. We're here in Dallas at your home arena, the practice arena. But how you doing? Thanks for joining the pod.
I'm doing good. Obviously, season going pretty well. Started really good, and now we have a couple hours, but I think we're playing pretty well right now.
You guys are playing great right now, and so I want to get to your Stars career later on in the conversation, but I want to throw it back to the very beginning. So you grew up in Finland, right?
Yeah.
So when did you kind of fall in love with the game of hockey in Finland?
So I used to play soccer, basketball, and hockey.
Nice.
But I think I had the best friend in hockey, so I wanted to stick with that, and I enjoyed most to play hockey. So yeah. I think that was the thing, and also my big brother played hockey.
Gotcha.
So I always looked him up. So I think that was one key too.
Nice. And I mean, you got the size to play basketball. I feel like you could have been a pretty good basketball player.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to come from Finland to play here in basketball. We only have one guy here now.
Who's that?
Markkanen.
Okay.
He's in Utah.
Yep. Okay. So, when did you have your eyes set on becoming a pro hockey player? When did you realize your dream could come true of making the NHL?
I think it was when we started to have national teams back home.
Yeah.
I think that was the one. And then when you first made your pro league contract in Finland, I think that was when you started to realize that you're pretty good.
Yep. And so growing up, were you looking up to more of the Finland guys on the national team, or were you looking up to guys in the NHL?
Of course, I was watching sometimes highlights, but I couldn't watch the games because the 8-hour time difference.
Yeah.
But I was looking the highlights from NHL, and then of course the good players back home and those guys.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so you get drafted to Dallas in 2015, I think, and you make your debut in 2018. But did you on the ice or anywhere have like a welcome to the NHL moment that kind of surprised you, or something that you didn't expect to happen?
I think there was that when you play your first game, you gotta go do the lap on the ice.
Yeah.
So I was actually with Miro. It was his first game too.
Oh, you guys debuted together?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that was nice because we played in Finland together too in the same team. And
Really? So you guys had a great relationship like growing up? Yeah. And still pretty tight?
yeah.
That's awesome. And so, yeah, I think you played 5 games in the NHL, and then you get sent back down to the AHL, right? And so that can be a tough situation, but like, what did that do for your mindset? Did it motivate you, or what did it do for you?
Yeah, it was actually good for me to get because I didn't play a lot of minutes here when I was here the 5 games, and I didn't have like good confidence. So it was nice to go there, play like 20 plus minutes, power play, everything, and then get like good confidence and then come back. So
and then you came back later that season, had a great season. I think you secured an OT winner to send you guys to the playoffs that year, right?
I'm not sure, maybe.
I think you did. So yeah, you came back, had a great season, and then now flash forward, I think you're 4th year in, but you've obviously now playing on the top line. I think you lead the team in assists. But what do you attribute kind of your early success in your NHL career to? Like, what's your key ingredient out there?
I think it's been that I've been trying to work hard, like a lot, because I started from like fourth line. Fourth line, I was a winger first, and then I tried to like grind it up and try to get more ice time and get to power play and stuff like that. I think it's been that I've been having to like do a lot of extra work and trying to do everything right there.
And that extra work's mostly like beyond the ice, like weight room training, skills, one-on-ones with coaches and things like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. And so I think you also in the AHL you played with Jason Robinson, right, on the same line?
No, I wasn't with him.
Oh no. No, but now you're on the same line in Dallas and the Stars. What's your relationship like with Jason?
Yeah, he's just really good. Like he's so smart.
Yeah.
He can score from anywhere.
Yeah.
And he's one of the smartest players I've seen ever.
Yeah.
I think he's just getting better all the time, and it's really nice to play with him.
Yeah, he's a special talent. And then also to round out the line, you got Paz, right? And so,
Yeah.
what's his leadership been like in Dallas, and how has he helped you kind of develop into the player you are today?
Yeah, a lot. Obviously, he's been playing in this league many years, scoring a lot, and he's a great leader on and off the ice. He's a great guy. And he's one of the biggest guys I've seen that like wants to win. Like I think he's like the winning mindset is huge. So I think that's like really great to see.
Yeah, he's obviously one of the better just like humans around the league as well. So he's a great guy to be around. And then we just had Jamie Benn on the podcast too. And so obviously your captain, he's been captain for the Stars for years. And what's Benn's leadership like, and how has he been in the locker room?
Yeah, when you're captain that long, you gotta do like something right.
Right.
So he's like when I first came here, he's been the same person. He's a great guy. He takes everybody like they are, and he's great leader too on the ice and off the ice. So we have good leadership here.
Yeah, and I feel like for you as a player on the ice, like you're just scratching the surface of what you can become and your potential in this league. But for you, when you look at yourself, do you have any like goals that you want to hit in your career?
Of course, I want to win the Stanley Cup like everybody does. But I think we have great team right now here, and we have lots of guys we have had here a couple past years. So it'd be so nice to like get success with this team. And then I don't know, by myself, just to get better and try to like keep going. And
absolutely, yeah. I mean, the core. I was telling Jamie, like the core of these guys is you can see the culture around the locker room and all that. It's like really special this season. Yeah. I think you guys are obviously having a great start to the season, so excited to kind of see that through. But turning beyond the ice, so I want to learn a little bit about who Roope is beyond the ice. And I know you're a guy with great style. Obviously, you can see it on your Instagram. Where does that come from?
I don't know. I always liked like dress and like kind of like look what I
look good, play
wearing.
good.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just comes from like I always liked like clothing and looking how I look, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I think you could rub off on some of the American guys a little bit and give them some better style. And so, are you a big golfer at all?
Yeah, I like to golf.
Have you played with Joe Paz at all?
I've been playing with him once, And that one round we were on, he actually hit hole in one.
He
so,
did?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
On 8th hole too. So it was.
He's a special golfer. He's really good.
Yeah.
I think he might have a career in golf post hockey.
Yeah, I agree.
And has Texas for you, because you've been here a few years now, like, is there any similarities at all from Dallas, Texas to Finland, and like how are you settling in?
No, I don't think so. There's not, because we have lots of forest back home, and people like. If you go in an elevator in Finland, no one's gonna talk to you.
Really?
And here when you go, it's like right away. They're like, "How you doing?"
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different there.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I want to dive into some rapid fire questions. So you can do one word, one phrase, take as long as you want. But who was your favorite athlete growing up as a kid?
Athlete, probably Roger Federer.
Like it. Who's your favorite athlete to watch in current day sports?
What is that?
Who's your favorite athlete in current day sports to watch? There's a lot of good ones out there.
Yeah.
I mean, he just retired.
Neymar?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Player.
World Cup's going on right now. Yeah. Who's your favorite music artist right now?
I gotta say Drake.
Drake?
Yeah.
That's what Jamie said. I think Jamie said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what's your pregame meal?
I don't have like a specific one. I sometimes I take like pasta with bolognese.
The classic.
Or then I do like mashed potatoes, chicken.
Yeah. The classics.
I like change it up.
Yeah. What is your biggest fear?
Biggest fear.
Spiders. I fucking hate spiders.
I don't know, maybe snakes?
Yeah, snakes too. Fuck snakes. All right, last one. Last rapid fire. What is one word that best describes you?
Flow.
Flow.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so wrapping up the conversation here, but when you look back on your journey in sports, do you have one lesson that you've learned throughout your journey that you could pass along to the next generation to help them accomplish their dreams in everyday life? What would that one lesson be?
I would say, like if you don't make like some team or like national team or something like that at that point when you're like younger, don't like take it too personally. Just like still try to like keep working hard, and then you can get it like the chance later.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one thing for me. I didn't get the under 18s worlds in back home, and I was like really upset about that. But then I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I made the under 20 1 year younger. So
There you go. So you kind of use that opportunity as motivation for you.
yeah.
Yeah, I love to see it. Well, Roope, I appreciate the time. Good luck the rest of the season. Rooting for the Stars, and thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thank you.
Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoyed the content. There's plenty more Pass the Torch episodes, along with other podcasts we got going on and video series we do. So subscribe, and we'll see you later.